Today I've got something quite interesting to share with everybody. It's the new 4-wheel drive off-road racing buggy from PR Racing. This is the new 2022 version with quite a bunch of new option parts and refinements from the box. So let's open it up and see what's inside. So fresh out of the box, we see the new manual with a color cover for the first time. It looks like it also comes with a baseline setup for you to start the buggy off with. And as I understand it, this setup has been tested by the drivers in the US, in Japan, and in the UK. And it should provide a very good starting baseline for most tracks. Let's look at the box contents. We have the racing buggy shell. It's a lightweight body, 0.5 mm. Very light, very low weight, very sleek. Comes with a wing. The buggy will come with a set of wheels, 12 mm standard hex. No tires though, as with all racing kits. And then let's look into the bag, shall we? First off, we have the main chassis that is made of aluminum, and it is anodized black. So I understand that the chassis has been an area of upgrade for PR Racing. It's a new 2.5 mm chassis which has been tested to provide the best amount of flex and stiffness for most precise and predictable handling. Let's go through the bags in order. We have bag A. And in bag A we have the chassis side parts. And this is something new that I like from PR Racing. If you check out their gears, I've noticed that in their new shipment of gears, all of them are packaged in little boxes to make sure that your gears arrive in tip-top condition. Oh, I noticed they have a number of different spur gears included, a 73, a 75. Let's check out what's in the other box. This should be the standard 81. Oh, there are two gears in here. So we have the standard 81 spur and the 77. So in this new 2022 SB401R kit, you actually have a full complement of spur gears for you to handle your racing from 13.5, 17.5 all the way to mod class without needing to purchase of any other new gear sets. Awesome. Here are the gearboxes with the quick access. So as with most 4-wheel drives today, you are able to remove the diffs with just about 4, maximum 6 screws. So we have here the center diff parts. So one interesting thing about the new 2022, you may have heard on different forums how people are complaining about having to have a specific dirt car or a specific carpet kit that you need to buy. Well, PR has decided to include the slipper assembly as well as a center differential so that you can optimize your car either for dirt with the differential or for high traction astro or carpet surfaces with the slipper. And they've even included, for full tunability, 2 different springs with different tensions for being able to set your car just as you like it. New shock towers. So the new SB401R shock towers have been revised for new geometry that should improve handling. The car comes with a lot of quality parts. Here you have the center motor and transmission mount, which is made of aluminum, anodized black, and then if you can see, milled again for the nice silver highlights to look good. Slipper parts. Screw sets. Now, one thing to note about the newest PR cars, their outdrives are all the new improved outdrives, which are longer. The diff outdrives are longer, which will allow you to run more droop. Center CVDs, and PR informs me that these are made of stronger material than their previous cars for better performance and durability. As with all competition cars, a full set of bearings are included. All the PR diffs are fully metal geared inside, and these are also their new ring and pinion, which I believe were introduced from the previous car onwards, with a revised gear cut for smoother and quieter running. So that's your bag A. On to bag B. Okay, we see the wishbones of a revised compound, which are stiffer to provide better, more precise handling feel. We also have in here, I noticed some sway bar parts as well as the tap system. So yes, right in here, you'll see that PR comes with a full set of 4 aluminum CNC suspension blocks, and they come with a insert system to allow you to set all the various settings you need for your suspension, including your toe-in, your track width, as well as squat. The drive shafts, which are also made of the same new material as the center drive shafts. Here is also the aluminum CNC gearbox brace. This braces the front and rear gearboxes to the chassis to ensure that it doesn't flex. We have our steel turnbuckles. I've run this on several of my PR cars. They've never failed. Alright, small little details, but PR comes with all the various spacer blocks for the steering hub, so you can adjust your hub height in front to suit your driving conditions. So that brings us to the end of bag B. Moving on, let's see what we have in bag C. Bag C contains the rear wishbones. Wow, interesting. So they've provided the standard composite hubs right here, which are included in the other SB401 versions, but also inside, let me open this up because I think it looks really good, and it's the new part of the car as well to highlight. So these are the new CNC aluminum rear hubs that come with this new car. First, this is a part that I believe is exclusive to this edition of the car so far. Should improve the durability as well as the precision and wear of the parts overall. Wing mount parts. These also feature their latest wing mounts, which have spacers to adjust the wing mount front and back, and spacers to adjust the angle of the wing tilt. In bag C, new to this car are also their revised rod ends. Previous editions were of a grey material. I'm told these new black ones have even less slop and are longer wearing than the grey ones. We'll tell during the testing. Finally, in bag C, we have the RF and RR suspension blocks, the rear CNC motor mount brace, as well as the 5.2 mm metal hex hubs. So as you can tell, this kit comes with quite a few option parts to tune your car, as well as most of the parts that are made of quality aluminum and carbon fiber. The 65mm rear drive shafts, as well as the very beautifully machined outdrives, which feature a 5mm thread. It is thicker for more durability. Car is made to finish the races. Now we go on to BUGGY. In BUGGY, we start off with something interesting. So in another new update to this car will be the battery mounting system. Instead of the single battery brace, PR has now developed this new split battery brace, which doesn't require you to use thumb screws or snap pins. And the other added advantage is that there will be less influence on the overall flexing of the car, so you get a more neutral driving car. Here are the steering bell cranks. 3 revised parts here, all in beautiful carbon fiber. The front and rear chassis braces now have slight modifications to them so that you can fit an O-ring into the part where it braces to the metal CNC brace to adjust for different flex characteristics. The front steering bridge has also a new geometry. So according to PR, the original previous version of the 401R was extremely stable to drive, particularly good for lower grip dirt tracks. But this new geometry has been optimized so that it improves steering response even on high grip surfaces. More goodies from PR, including 3 graphite parts here, the center transmission mount, servo mount, as well as the bridge between the steering bell cranks. Here we have 2 aluminum CNC parts which go along with the servo mount. So again, the servo mount is a floating mount that mounts only to the center line of the chassis to ensure that the flex is kept consistent left to right. Full ball bearing for the steering. And finally, the screws and turnbuckles for the whole steering assembly. That's in your bag D. Coming on to bag E. So we know one of the most important parts of the RC car for its performance and handling are the suspension. And right now, here we have the all-new shocks from PR Racing. Their previous shock absorbers were 12.65 mm in inner diameter, and after testing, the team has decided to move towards a 12 mm inner diameter shock. So these are all new shock bodies, and they have the number 12 nicely printed on the shock bodies. Shock pistons, and you will notice something interesting. While a car should only have 2 pairs of springs, PR gives you 4 pairs for low grip and for high grip tuning. So you're pretty much set out of the box with a wider range of tuning capabilities. The center motor mount, which is made of aluminum. And yes, I was looking to see if they would include these. Inside the shock package, you will see these new transparent O-rings, all new to this edition of the car, which is supposed to have been properly tested to provide minimum stiction, but yet without oil leakage, as well as a full set of CNC machined shock pistons. Here are the 5mm wheel nuts, and I just wanted to note these because they really lock well onto the wheel, and if you remember to tighten them, the wheels are not going to come off. Finally, a nice little addition into this kit that was missing from the previous version is the CNC aluminum fan mount that you can use to mount a fan to cool down your motor parts. So as I mentioned before, the cool thing is that PR has included a center differential along with the center slipper for this kit. So you are pretty much set for driving on multiple surfaces with this one car. So as you can see, this is a quick unboxing of the PR Racing SB401R 2022 edition. It comes with multiple setting options, from 2 sets of springs, 4 spur gears to tune all your gear ratios, different springs for tuning your slipper clutch, both a slipper and a differential, as well as other option parts, all included with a full race package of CNC carbon fiber and aluminum options. Very great value kit, and I look forward to putting this together. So watch out for my video after I assemble this car for a better overview and review of the car driving characteristics. Thank you.